Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. My name is Michelle and today I will talk about placements in astrology for people who are natural born psychics, intuitives, healers, and also astrologers, okay? So I'm gonna discuss some placements that could indicate that maybe you're gonna do something with it in a job, or you're just gonna develop it in this lifetime, or you would just be very interested in it. I just want to let you know that everybody has till a certain level psychic gifts, okay? You can develop it. The thing is that in astrology we often see that not everybody wants to develop it in this lifetime, okay? So, but everybody can, because it's our natural sense of self. So it's not like, okay, it's impossible for me. It's possible for everybody, okay? Just some people are meant to do with it, in this lifetime, okay? It could be a job. You could add it to a job. For example, artists, they get their information from the other side. So obviously they are intuitives without sometimes them knowing. So I want to start with placements of people who become astrologers, okay? Or people who could be very talented in doing so. And very often astrology is related to the sign of Aquarius, because Aquarius is a sign that wants everything innovative, out of the box, doesn't want to follow the standards, want to create a different type of world and want to improve humanity. And it's kind of through a detached way. And if something is detached, okay, my cat talks a lot. For new viewers, you don't know yet, my cat talks a lot. For other people, they already know this. So yeah, you will hear in the background like talking to herself or to the birds outside. But yeah, Aquarius wants to do everything out of the box. It wants to like express itself, and becoming an astrologer is kind of out of the box, right? I mean, now with this whole new age popularity, it's coming up, it's becoming more popular. But one thing that's very necessary as well to become an astrologer is to have a strong Uranus, right? Or strong Aquarius placements, because the Uranus rules Aquarius. Or also to have a strong Mercury, because you need to process information very quickly, but also reading the chart and telling a client really quickly the right words, right? Because in general, being a psychic, a tarot reader, an astrologer, in my opinion, it's a very sensitive job, and people really listen to what you have to say. So you need to be very careful with your words. Nonetheless, I always say don't take on everything a tarot reader says or an astrologer says, right? See what resonates with you, because ultimately you have your own power. This is just a person who can give you a different perspective on your life. And I know some tarot readers are watching and some astrologers, okay? So a strong Mercury is very important. You need to be quick with learning a lot of information of the different placements, and what I realize is there's like two different kind of astrologers, right? Or maybe three. But you have the ones that are very good at mathematics, so they're very good at degrees and like more calculations, and also predictions. And then there's the more intuitive astrologer, that does it in a more of an intuitive way. But then also there are a lot of astrologers that are very good in astronomy, and they can explain everything in such an interesting way. So there's different ways, and I always say develop whatever is good for you, whatever suits your personality if you want to become an astrologer. So for a job, you very often I see Uranus on the midheaven, so Uranus conjunct midheaven, aspecting the midheaven. For example, I have Uranus trining my midheaven and trining my sun, okay? So I definitely Hello, kitty. I definitely want to do stuff like out of the box. And I'm also really good at computer stuff. So I also do stuff with websites. So very often people that are good with, Uranus is science, astrology, everything like quick-witted, quick-minded, and are very easily bored. And astrology is really fulfilling this need in people who have this restless kind of personality, this restless kind of thoughts, right? So yeah, I would say either strong Mercury is necessary. Well, it is necessary. Gemini, so Mercury obviously rules Gemini. So Gemini is a sign that's very precise, can gather a lot of information, and is a transmitter of information. So this is very good for astrology. And then also we have Virgo, right? Virgo rules, Mercury rules Virgo as well. And Virgo is all about the details. So this will be a very detailed astrologer, or you can become a very detailed astrologer. And then we have Scorpio. Like, in my opinion, Scorpio also is a really, if you have a lot of planets in Scorpio, you can help people to dive deeper into their shadow side through astrology, because Scorpio wants to know everything about everything about everything. So it's kind of, this obsession can be used by learning everything about astrology. Okay, so definitely Uranus in your 6th house, right? Uranus in your 10th house, maybe Uranus in the 3rd house, right? Because it's the process of the mind. It's very quick, and you want to do something in matters of communication. So this would be very good. You need to be an analytical person, because you need to be patient enough to have time to really discover it. So if you have a lot of fire, you're probably going to get a little bit bored, because it's a lot of analyzing, it's a lot of processing. So too much fire could be like, right? Or, especially air can pick it up quickly. What else can we say? Uranus maybe in the 2nd house is if it has a connection to the midheaven, right? You can make money through Uranus related jobs. So strong Mercury, strong Uranus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo. These are the placements that in my experience very often relate to astrology. Okay, there are many more exceptions, but these are the main ones. When it comes to an intuitive or a psychic, right, it's related to the water houses. So we have the 4th house, which rules Cancer. Then we have the 8th house, right? We have Scorpio. And then the 12th house, we have Pisces. So either if you have a lot of planets in Pisces, in Scorpio, or in Cancer, no matter which house, okay, can make you very sensitive to feeling other people's feelings. So these are very empaths. Or you have different signs, but planets in those houses, okay? So you could have 4th house planets, right? It's very related to the past. So these people could be very good at reading at past lives or things in Cancer. Then we have the 8th house, right? Rules Scorpio. This is diving deep. This could be like psychotherapist. So you could be an intuitive that is a psychotherapist, diving deep into people's problems. These are tarot readers, healers, and also Scorpio is very related to shamans. Okay, so if you have a strong Pluto, like for example on the ascendant in your 12th house or your 4th house or 8th house, you could be very you could become a shaman. Okay, so shamans dive into the dark side, and Pluto and Scorpio, they draw people out of darkness to the light. So these are the signs that are more common to that. And then of course the 12th house, or Pisces, this is where everything hidden and where all the karma is closing down. So people with a lot of 12th house planets, they are closing down a lot of karma in this lifetime. And if they can connect and let go and connect with the divine, they could be also become channelers. These people channel information. They're automatic writers. They can channel spirit and stuff like that. Okay, so when it comes to earth signs, these people are very related to spirits. They could be mediums, right? When it comes to, for example, Virgo, these could be alternative healers. Same as Taurus. Taurus could be great artists, right? So they can get information and bring it forward. So every sign can be psychic. It's not related to the signs, it's related to the planets, the houses, and also the aspects. So another planet that's related to being a psychic is Neptune. So if you have a very strong Neptune, you have a yearning to connect with the divine. So this is a Neptune in the first house. We have, for example, Neptune in the fourth, Neptune in the 8th house, Neptune in the 12th, okay? Or it could just have a very close aspect or an aspect to your moon. So Neptune conjunct the moon, sextiling the moon, trining the moon, okay? They have a natural flow of, obtaining information. So these people are very intuitive. So Neptune is a very dreamy kind of. These people can also, 12th house is also related to dreams, okay? So Neptune rules Pisces, dreams, okay? These people get answers through dreams. And another important house is the 9th house. So this is the house of your higher self. So this is the home of Jupiter, the teacher. So these people are very good teachers, or Venus there or stuff like that. Neptune, you can get information through connecting with your higher self and through faith. And this is a gut, an inner knowing. So fire signs are very known to just know things. They just know it. They feel it. They know it. They can decide in a moment. So if they would be like tarot readers or they would be like healers, they would know in an instant what to say, okay? These are like a flash of a gut feeling. So whereas Uranus is a flash in the mind, so like an enlightened idea, and this is also energy shock, so healing, right? Healing through the hands. There you have the 9th house. It's more in the fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, and oh dear Lord, Leo. And this is all about your inner knowing, and very often it's related to knowing the future. Okay, so these are people that very often can predict the future, or they just have a knowing that something is gonna happen. So whereas water signs can tune into someone else and they can read through their energies, fire signs just have an inner knowing. And then when we go to air signs, for example, they can grasp something, right? This is air. They can grasp something that others can't. They can very often be related to the stars, so like have a star seed connections. This can be any signs, to be fair. This really depends on how much you remember of past lives, because we've all been in different places, right? So you can develop all these talents by meditation, okay? So the trick is to really clean your mind and to tune into whatever you're best at. But the thing is, the more you clean up your karma, the more you clean up your mind, the more clear your visions are, okay? And you will find what is your talent, and it will expand itself. So some people, they start like automatic writing, and they start to be very creative, and they can draw. Suddenly they're drawing stuff, suddenly they're writing down things. So yeah, So ninth house is another house that can really connect you to that. So you could have like Jupiter there, Neptune, Uranus. These are the signs. Again, Uranus in the ninth house could also definitely make you an astrologer. And then we have people who are healers, right? So we have Chiron, obviously the wounded healer. So if you have this in your 12th house, your 8th house, or your 4th house, you could also be a healer. And this is through your own experience, right? Through your own wounding, you can connect with someone else and you can heal people. Like carrying a lot of energy is usually more related to like fire signs and air signs. So they could be more easily connect with the sky and have a lot of energy for healing. Okay, still it can be any energy, right? It's not only related to like planets, but when I talk about signs, I talk about the main energy. For example, if a water sign does Reiki, they really need to disconnect, because if you have a lot of water, subconsciously you pick up a lot of energies from a lot of people, right? And in my experience, Cancer suns are really good psychics as well, or Cancer moon. They're really good at tuning into like the Akashic records. So yeah, I really felt like making this video because there was someone in the comments that recommended it, and I think it's really cool. So yeah, anything related to your midheaven, when it comes to Chiron, when it comes to Neptune, Uranus, is gonna make you do something with your talents when it comes to work. Okay, so it also depends on the degree how much you want to learn. Like some people are more intellectual, so they will be more drawn, like also earth signs. Like if you have a lot of earth, you want to grasp something, right? So earth signs want to do something that is tangible. So if you have a lot of earth, you want to probably go to alternative healings. They're beautiful alternative healers, astrologers, they need something tangible to prove to themselves that, that what they are doing is tangible, okay? But in my experience, it's not related to any type of sun sign, okay? So yeah, aspects important. For example, Neptune and Pluto. We're talking about a powerful healer here, okay? If you have Pluto in your 12th house, this is your power. So if your power lies into the divine, you need to kind of look for it by meditating a lot. In my opinion, the best way, because there are 2 ways someone can go, right? Or 3 ways even. If you're open to, or have talents in opening up different dimensions, you can do this in different ways. And I always tell people to do it with good intentions. Before every session, I meditate because I want to put myself out of me. There's a person me who's just a normal person, and then there's kind of like spirit me who I want to see. I want to see all my clients as someone that blank slate, right? No judgment, no nothing. My own opinion doesn't matter. This is very important when you're doing this as a job, that you're not letting your own fears of the day influence you. So a meditation before a client is very important, and it also keeps your own energies really high. So also, all the dark stuff, like there's people, for example, people have a strong Pluto, a lot of 8th house stuff. They might want to go for revenge, or like revenge on people by doing the dark arts. Please don't ever do that. I know this is going off reels, but everything is coming back. And if you see the whole picture of all your life one after another, you will see that things change. You will always kind of get it back. So, the highest form is love with everything. So everybody is love, everyone is made from love. So it's very important that, you know, we're not playing with these gifts, that you're using it with super respect, and that you always have the intention of healing the other person, and also not make them dependent on you, okay? So this is why, in my case, this is my experience. You see what resonates, but this is why I don't want to do precise predictions, because people are going to live in the future and they're going to wait for things to happen, and it's better to put the power back, so, you know, to heal and let them follow their dharma. So give a lot of suggestions what people can do and practical advice, but that's because I'm an earth sign, so everybody has their own way of doing readings. So see if you want to do something with your talents, how you're gonna do it, but always make sure to keep your own energies very clean before the readings, before making videos, that you always make sure that you don't bring any negativity in it, because everything is energies. And when you do this type of work, it's important to keep a good diet and to keep it clean and to have good intentions, okay? Yeah, I think that's about it. I might have forgotten something, but as you know, I'm doing videos just from my own knowledge, from the knowledge of my guides, from my astrology knowledge, you know. And I hope this video is helpful. If I missed some placements, or you have some placements you want to share with me, okay, yeah, let me know. Because there is no one right way or one other way. Everybody has certain talents. These are the ones that I see the most. But let me know in the comments if I missed some that you would like to share with me. Thank you so much for all your time, and I hope to speak to you one day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.